Hey, what's going on, Yuki 5 for you. I'm here with my DestinyWing deck profile for you guys. So this is my first deck profile for the January 2014 format, and my first deck profile for the 2014 year. It's actually pretty cool. I don't know why I'm talking like it's like the best thing in the freaking world. Like it's like awesome stuff that is like the first of those two things, when it really is and doesn't really fucking care. Anyway, this is a fun little variant of Black Wings. It's basically using the Destiny Hero engine, draw engine, to kind of speed up the deck, allow me to get to my plays a little more faster for my Shura, Bora plays, Blizzard, all my Whirlwinds, so it gets searches off, and it's a nice little fun thing overall. I do prefer the regular Black Wings over this one more, but if you're looking for a nice, fun Blackwing, different type of Blackwing variant, this is actually a pretty nice little way to go. It does have its times where it can be sort of inconsistent, but what deck doesn't have a stage where it just wants to draw complete shit and you can't do anything? Every deck has those days. Every deck has those days where you draw complete shit. But anyway, let's get started with the deck profile. So first off, we have the one Sirocco the Dawn, triple Shura, triple Bora, the one Zephyros, kind of pass that up, triple Kalute, one Gale, double Blizzard, the one Vayu, triple Mally, double Plasma, and one Dark Arm Dragon. So the Blackwing lineup, I feel, is pretty much self-explanatory. I'm playing the one Sirocco, one Vayu, because this is not really like typical Blackwings. In typical Blackwings, you usually play 2 to 3 Sirocco. I prefer 2, but since we have massive draw power and we don't really want to get dead cards in our hands, we only play the one Sirocco. You don't even have to play Sirocco, but I do like having him in the deck because it allows me to just get a lot more searches off of Whirlwind than I typically could with Shura and Bora. Since if I need my Shura and I have Sirocco, I can search Shura with Sirocco and just a lot of cool things. It allows me to kind of span the field a little bit with things like Gale and Bora, so it opens up a lot of places. Why I do like having the Sirocco in the deck. Then of course playing the one Vayu just for special summoning plays. You never know when you may need to get a free synchro on the field, and a Vayu is that free synchro pretty much. You all know the banner Sirocco or banish a Blackwing, you get a free Blackwing synchro monster, is always pretty nice. And it's really easy to get him in the grave for this deck. It's really not that hard, because you have Shura, just allows you to go for the low 5 synchros, which you typically would go for, so you always have that nice little value. The double Blizzard, you can play 3 Blizzards if you want. I am always a fan of 3 Blizzards in regular Blackwings, but the space is kind of congested, so I had to drop it down to 2. It's a really good card, allows you to go for your level 6 synchros, as well as level 8 synchros, with things like Malicious, which is pretty freaking cool. Mally, of course, opens up the plays. It deck bans the deck by banishing Specialman from the deck, as well as things like Destiny Draw. Plasma is always a good card on this deck, because Blackwings, even though they're not as fast and super happy spammy as some other decks out there right now, Blackwings can typically get 3 monsters on the field quite easily and effectively to give Plasmas a nice little room for pretty much pissing off your opponent. Having a walking skill drain that has relinquish like effect and just gains attack. It's pretty nutty how powerful Plasma can be, and it can really kind of screw over your opponent. Now, if you're not a big fan of double Plasma, which I have been thinking of dropping it down to 1, you can just take out the Plasma for an extra trap card, maybe an extra Blizzard or Value, depending on what you really want to use. So, that pretty much leaves it up to the player. And of course, Dark Arm, because, well, he's the big boss daddy of any dark-based deck, so you kind of want to play the Dark Arm Dragon. Blackwings tend to have quite a bit of graveyard control, so it's really not that hard to bring them out. But me and Dark Arm Dragon, we have a very, very interesting history together. I have times where I just want to take his ass out of the deck because I draw him too much. It's just, I'm always back and forth over this big guy, but you gotta love him because he's just stupid good at times. For spells, of course, we have the triple Black Whirlwind, we have the triple Destiny Draw, Wonder Lord Darkness, Dark Hole, and then double MST. Black Whirlwinds, I feel, is self-explanatory, as well as the Destiny Draws. You have 5 Destiny Hero targets. You want those Destiny Draws to get them out of your hand and open up later plays, as well as allowing you to deck in your deck by 2 cards. Even more cards if you end up sending a Mally and not drawing the Mallies, which can sometimes happen if you have some bad luck like I do. It comes to Mally, and you tend to draw the Mallies when you ditch the Mally. I've had that happen to me plenty of times. It just comes to luck of the draw and luck of the game. That's the major luck factor in this game. Lord Darkness, everything's a dark, and then we have Dark Hole MSTs, of course, pretty much staples. I'm not running Lances because of the fact that, again, it's kind of a tight space. If you're playing typical regular Blackwings, you wouldn't be playing the Melees and the Plasma, so you would have 5 extra spaces to put in for extra spells, traps, and any other monsters you want to put in. But because of these cards, it does cram the deck up a little bit more than, what I typically do like in Blackwings. For the traps, we have Triple Icky, Double Mirror Force, 1 Warning, 1 Bottomless, Torrential, and then Compulse. Again, other traps I do typically play are Phoenix Change and Delta Crow and stuff like that, but I had to remove some stuff to kind of speed up the deck and as well as to put in the Destiny Hero engine. So, yeah, I would recommend running more traps if you're running a typical Blackwing deck. I would recommend using at least 1 Delta Crow and a couple of Phoenix Chains, just stuff to kind of stun your opponent and hurt your opponent a little bit more. But overall, main deck it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. It's a really fun deck. And the traps here, I feel like, are just self-explanatory. I don't really need to go over them. For the extra deck, we have 1 Silverwind the Ascendant, 1 Armor Master, 1 Armed Wing. We have a Abiosi, King of Dark Dragons, Crimson Blade or Stardust Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Black Rose, Vulcan, Armadeus, Catastor, Black Ship, the Djinn, Ice Beast, Zerifine, and an M7. So I am playing the Silverwind, even with only 1 value because of the fact that you never know when you will need to go into Silverwind. There's sometimes where I may not even need the value plus Sirocco or value plus Armed Wing to go into Armor Master or Armed Wing. I can just save before Silverwind play. So it's always good to have the extra deck just in case you can go into that. I'm only playing the 1 Armed Wing because of the fact that I'm only playing 2 Blizzards and the deck is not completely focused around going for rank 6 synchros, level 6 synchros, such as Vulcan, Armed Wing, HDS Side Heavens, and stuff like that. So it's not gun-ho about that. We're playing the BLZ because we can easily bring them out, and when it comes to online, DN, Dev Pro, I'm all for OCG cards. I'm not one of those players who only wants to use what I have IRL, or what is only in the TCG. I don't give a shit. If it's OCG, I can use it effectively, I'm using it. If I don't have it in real life, I don't care, I'm using it. That's just how I am for online play, because the cards are there, use them. That's just how I feel. But BLZ is an amazing card, really is. The fact that it can't be destroyed by card effects really makes them a force to be reckoned with. Now, of course, you still have ways to get rid of them, like Impulse, Deprison, Vulcan, the whole 9 yards. But at the same time, there's only 1 Compulse, only 2 Deprisons, and, not every deck can use Vulcan. It opens up for a lot of plays. This card can take a dump on Bujin if you play at the right time, because they can't get over it. They have a hard time. But of course, there are other ways to get around this card than those cards. There's some basic generic stuff. We do have 101. Big Eye is a big issue with this card. If they Big Eye it, you can kind of be screwed. But if you can protect, it's a really good card. I'm not playing Manga Stardust because I want the mash protection other than the spot protection. I really do like Manga Stardust, but I feel like Manga Stardust is not a card you should play in every single deck. You should pick and choose when to use it. And I feel like a deck like Blackwing, Stardust Dragon, the regular one, is a much more better choice because of the fact that it has the mass protection from things like Dark Hole and Torrential Tribute, stuff like that. So this is why I'm playing the regular Stardust over the Manga Stardust. But there are some decks that I am playing Manga Stardust and over the regular Stardust. This is because I like that spot protection over the mash protection. Of course, Vulcan, because it's Vulcan the Divine. Why wouldn't you want to play this shit? Armadeus and Catastrophe, because they're both level good. They're both level 5 synchros. I love them a lot. I'm not using Graham because I don't like Graham. My personal opinion of Graham is, to me, he's not worth playing. He really isn't. You can't do Via plays with him. It's just really, I'd rather play better cards. I'd rather play other cards than Graham. I just don't like him. Then for the Exceed, I'm playing the M7 because of the fact that Mali, I must say Maliosh, I don't know why I'm saying that. Mali plus things like Vulcan or Armed Wing, you can get this thing out. I'm not running Balancer because I don't really go for rank 6s all that much. It's only in case I do need to go M7, if I need to recycle cards. That's the only time I try to go for M7, but I don't really use him all that much. He's just there just in case. if you don't want to use things like Beelzy, like you don't want to use OCG cards, you can easily take out Beelzy for an extra slot in the extra deck, such as maybe a Bouncer if you so wish to, or another rank 4. You don't even have to use M7, I just have it in there as a just-in-case scenario, because you can bring them out. And you never know when you may need them. But Beelzy can easily be replaced. You can go and you can replace a 101, Gakuga Cowboy, just anything you really want. But overall, this is a really fun deck. DestinyWings, I do like it a lot. I love this deck. It's really, really fun, but I do prefer the typical Blackwings. And you may too, but if you're looking for a nice, fun, kind of weird, out there type of variant of Blackwing, I say this is the way to go. This is actually a pretty cool, fun build. It does have some speed. It does have its consistency issues with the Mallies, but those can be reprimanded with the Lord Darkness and Destiny's Raw and just stuff like that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Leave your thoughts and suggestions for the deck in the comment section below, and always leave ideas, leave deck suggestions in the comments as well, decks you want to see, and I'll get to them when I can, and as fast as I can, because I am working on a suggestion right now, so I'll just let the guy know, the person who suggested it, that it will come as soon as I can get it out. So anyway, again, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.